only stayed for one season because he wanted to go work in Italy on that little movie, The Leopard. He stayed. He's the one who got the next one on, Christopher Lee.
I ship it.
Now, most people think of him as, well, sort of a very much darker, very more strange and surreal inspector, simply because he was working at Hammer at the time, doing the Hammer horror films, and for his own time restrictions, most of his adventures were filmed on the sets where he was wearing the costume of Dracula.
In one scene, you can actually still see his fangs. It's fabulous.
That happened from time to time, and that was explained away by the mad dungeon hygienist. Next, we come to Bernard Fox.
I will never accept an inspector with a mustache.
He was there for 4 years, did much other great work at the time, but then, of course, he went on to fame in The Mummy, the 1990s Brendan Fraser film. Then, at the end of the black and white years, we have the fourth Inspector, Maris Goring, magnificent actor, very facially expressive, but didn't talk very much. He was very, very popular on crew. The fifth, Linda Bellingham. The female inspector, who then went on later to work on that other show.
I get told by crew a lot, I wish you could be a little more Linda. I don't know what they mean, but I take it as a compliment.
Next up. Graham was doing this for the money, basically. He wasn't ever having really a good time. He was very down in the dumps and drinking an awful lot, and that's why he's known as the dour doctor. That outfit that his inspector wore was actually the clothes he wore any given day of the week.
I often get told I wish you could be a little less grand.
Well, yeah, and I was reading this one thing.
Do you know who this guy is?
That is the most cheering I have ever heard from the seventh inspector.
Well, he rode the show out to its final original classic series season. Stephen Fry went on to great things, especially when he was working on a bit of Hugh and Laurie. He's done a couple of other things more recently that I'm not really much up on, but I don't guess there was much more really.
There's a quiz show or something.
I just don't like actors whose last names are verbs.
And then one more, two most And Anne Hathaway got a lot of work after being on this show. Now, I'm not altogether terribly familiar with the rest of these people. Is classic black and white. But this guy's done something with that kid beside him. Something. Inspector Spacetime was very, very good for his career. Allowed him to go do, what was that wizard?
He never would have done Harry Potter if it weren't for Inspector Spacetime first. So he really owes us a deep debt of gratitude, and I'm still waiting for my call.
Next up, Daniel Landlord, otherwise known as Chris Irby, otherwise known as Daniel Landlord. There were rights issues with each name that he decided to use. So that was for 2 years.
It's still tied up in court, I
It
think.
still is. I'm not even going to say his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, I think you have to like pay royalties to poor people, you know.
Next up is
That means a lot. Thank you for showering me with self-esteem. I got a lot of flack, actually, my first year. A lot of people did not like such a young inspector. And, but it seems to have worked out, yes?
Yeah.
right.